So while I'm sleeping, some girl at some point, now I'm sleeping hard though, but I can still hear it. But my body's so tired, that I don't get up. To the right of me, to this side of me, some girl screaming like crazy, like, ah, get out! Just screaming loud, like a horror movie, like she's having a fight, like her and her boyfriend or husband came to the park to fight. They're just screaming, get out! And it sounds like she's pounding on the car. It was crazy, and it lasted for, I don't know, for a while. It's like, how do you fight and scream that long? It reminded me like movies where a woman is in New York, they're in New York screaming, and like crazy and pounding on the walls. And then for some reason, I don't know maybe why, but I start, in the movies, it's always like that woman they having sex and she's screaming really loud, and you think they're keep really trying to kill each other, but it's just their sex is like that or whatever. My mind started thinking that, but yeah, I don't ask me why. You say maybe I'm just crazy like that. I was asleep, kind of in and out of sleep, and it's just so I'm hearing her screaming, and I'm like, because it's like, I think probably my mind went there because she was screaming for so long. I think it just turned to that, because obviously you should be fighting or something. I kept my mind. I remember my mind thinking, maybe you should move, Derek. Maybe she's gonna, he's gonna shoot at her, and bullets gonna fly through the van and kill you. And I remember my response was, I'm too damn tired to move. Yeah, I just stay here. It is what it is. And so then I there was noise going all night, because it's morning now, so here at the park, so all morning people coming in slamming their doors. I mean, the doors never sounded so loud before, like tonight or this morning, just slamming. But it's a park, and they slam the door and they get out and they say something really loud, and it's like you want them to be like a library, like, shh, go to the park, people are, homeless people are sleeping. And so, but then I had a dream, right? So I had this crazy dream. I'm back in my apartment. I mean, my sister used to own a four unit apartments, like 4 townhouses, and complex with parking in the back. So I'm at in my apartment with my 2 daughters. And something's going on with my youngest kid. That part of the dream I can't remember, but something like really kind of deceptive. And but then she wanted something, and I can't remember what she wanted, but I remember thinking, really, you want something? But you already did this. I can't remember what it was. But then, so we're downstairs, and my oldest kid finds a parrot in a cage. And she says, Daddy, she's been hiding a parrot. You don't do whatever it is she wanted. You shouldn't do it because she's been hiding a parrot. So I looked at my youngest kid and I was like, oh, he's hiding a parrot, huh? Lied to me. Okay. And then just at that point, upstairs, my nephew screams, Uncle Derek, there's a snake in the house. Now, it's weird. I don't deal with the nephew. I haven't seen him in years. It's my father's deceased wife's daughter's son. And so they called him Dickie Boy, was his nickname. So I run upstairs, and I'm like, don't mess with Snake. Get away, Dickie Boy, get away from the snake. Get away from the snake. I think I might have just called him Tommy, because I really didn't call him Dickie Boy. His father did. So, but I remember that name being somewhere in, you got a name in a dream, but you don't know if it was really called. And so I probably just ran upstairs saying, Tommy, get away from the snake. And so I didn't realize, because, Tommy was very adventurous. And so instead of him like getting away with the snake, he was actually playing with the snake. So then he grabbed the snake, and I said, get away from the snake. And he grabbed the snake, and he pulled it and went up in the air and flew over him and out of the door and toward the stairway. So now it's between me and him, and I'm at the top of the stairway with the snake hanging down at my face, hissing, right at my face. And he's like, I'm sorry, Uncle Derek. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. He's like, go, it's like, what are you going to do? What do you do? But I'm thinking, well, my shotgun is on the other side of you. So I got to get past the snake. It's on the other side of you. And he's holding the snake, keeping the snake from falling. So he's really got a hold on, say, the snake, maybe halfway. It was a really long snake. And my shotgun's on the other side. So at this point, the weird thing is, I guess I must have just left Dickie Boy to his own devices, because next thing I know, I'm running out the house, downstairs. I'm running through the house to go out the back door with my 2 daughters, and then I say, grab the parrot, right? So I don't know why that happened, but anyway, next thing I know, I'm in the apartment of Dickie Boy's father, And so I don't know, we're talking about something, and then we're outside. Then we became outside. You know, in a movie, you just kind of dream, you just kind of shift scenes. So we're out inside talking about something. We're outside talking. I asked him, "Where's the snake?" He says, "I don't know. We just threw it out the window." I'm like, "You just threw it out the window? How do we know where it is?" At that point, I look over and I see my van, this van, which I didn't have back then, sitting under the carport, and the doors are open. I'm like, for all we know, it could be in my van waiting for me. And then I noticed it by the trash area, the dumpster area, and it was something in front of the dumpster area, and the snake was kind of underneath there. So I'm like, "There's the snake." You know, I'm thinking like, I gotta go get my shotgun or something because it was a huge snake, like an anaconda. Next thing we know, some lady, I don't even know who she was, is standing by the snake, and some other women are out. I guess maybe just people heard a commotion next door or something, so people were out, and not a lot, just a couple people. And these would be like what movie extras in my dream, right? Because they're not getting paid. I'm not paying you, not union scale. So anyway, and so next we know she cut the head off the snake. We don't know why, and I'm like, oh, she cut the head off, and she's just holding this knife like she's like this game hunter or something. And so then the next thing you know, my ex brother-in-law goes over and he's got the knife. You just trade places a dream. They just switch places. So he's holding the snake with the knife, and I say, stab him in the heart, make sure he's dead. Right now, the snake's clearly got no head. But hey, when I watch movies, that makes sense because I always hate it when people, they think they killed the monster or the Batman, and he's just laying there, and then he comes back and grabs their foot when they start to run or something, right? I was like, hit him again, cut his head off, make sure, And so I say to him, stab him in the heart. So he stabs him in the heart, and he holds the heart up in the air like this, and waving it around, and everybody's dancing and shouting like, or is it Lord of the Flies or something like that? That movie is crazy. And then weird thing, I'm toward the end of the driveway by the gate, and the snake's head turned into a rabbit's head because I look down and there's a rabbit's head, and we're celebrating as if that was the head of the snake. Don't ask me why, it's a dream. And so we're celebrating that, and then my mind said, oh yeah, you're celebrating now because you're the top of the food chain, but wait till later when you're now at the bottom of the food chain. So I guess the dream was going to take a turn for the worse, and then that's when my daughter called and woke me up.